What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened on the Xbox One. Now, DDA launches on Xbox One on March 17th, but of course we got a little early sneak peek at the action here on the Xbox. Now, I promised to do a live stream today, however, we've got some terrible storms going today, and I'm just going to be unable to stream any Xbox One coverage of Dungeon Defenders Awakened today. Now, I will be streaming quite a bit here on YouTube and on Twitch in the upcoming days leading up to launch and then, of course, after launch. But let's go ahead and hop on into this run and get things started. I am here on the Ancient Mines on hard mode as I'm playing through the campaign on hard. And one thing I noticed right out of the gates compared to the PC version is somebody turned the lights out here in Ancient Mines. And you know what? I'm sure it's not intended and it's some sort of a bug, as the day one patch, the day one update that's coming for Dungeon Defenders Awakened is not yet on this version. However, I think it's kind of cool. It gives a definite spooky vibe here to the map. Let's go ahead and get things started and build it out. I'm anxious to see exactly how this affects the enemies and what they look like. Now, we are going to just wreck it up with some proton beams here. So, let's see. Do we want them right at the spawn? Or do we want them farther back? Let's just put them right here at the spawn. We're going to start off with 200 mana. So, we should be able to get... What? We won't be able to get all of the beams down. We'll be able to get a few of them down here. We won't be able to get them all down. And please excuse my rando jumping and turning, etc., as I am just not very used to using a gamepad of any sorts. I do use Xbox controller with a few different games I play, but it is extremely rare, no doubt. So please forgive me. There will be shots fired into the sky and into the ground. There's just no doubt about it. Let's see. Let's do the same thing right here. We will just beam them up. And eventually I'll get the keys down where I quit jumping while trying to place a proton beam. Let's go with one like right there. We'll get another one in, say, here. Now that's only going to leave me enough DU to place one more, so I won't be able to complete this lane's coverage right out of the gates, but I will be able to get one of them down anyway. So I'm just going to plan like I'm going to build it, and let's get Wave 1 started here. Now, Wave 1, of course, going through the campaign will be quite easy breezy. There's no doubt about it. And let's just let the enemies come out and collect up some of the juice here. Now, for those curious, I'm playing on not only an Xbox One, but a very vanilla Xbox One. So, depending on what Xbox version you have, and whether it's one of the newer Xbox One models or a Series S or Series X, is going to determine how the game runs for you, no doubt about it. However, playing on an OG Xbox One, I can definitely say everything. If you have any hardware version of the Xbox that is better than this, the game is going to look better. So this is what we're getting here on my Xbox One. And, you know, those fancy schmancy Series X's, of course, are a thing of myth still. One day, Xbox will get those back in store somewhere. Let's see, so let's get that beam down. Now remember, we want to use all the DU as soon as possible. Let's throw in some Ensnare Auras, I think, as well. Let's see, we'll just pop one. We'll just pop one right in the middle of each of these beams here. Now, when I did the last video, folks were asking about the movement speed, how you feel like you're moving so slow. Remember, in Dungeon Defenders Awakened, it is like Dungeon Defenders 1. There actually is a movement speed stat. It's called Agility, and it caps out very, very low. However, without having anything into that stat, of course, I'm at the minimum movement speed. So that is why the characters move around so slow super early game. Let's see, we've got lots of DU left. More beams? Yeah, I'm thinking more beams, right? Let's see, we still got 200 mana left as well. Let's go with a third proton beam. We'll start this one right about there and bring it back. Just using the proton beams for that absurd physical damage in the lane, of course. Physical damage prior to entering Massacre mode has no immunities. No enemy will be immune to it ever. So, using physical damage is just a really, really good and easy start through the game. Now, later on today or tomorrow, I'll be putting out a video on early game meta defenses, just to give everyone an idea of what's hot and what's not super early game. And I'll get that done just as soon as I can. Now, as the days progress here and DDA lives longer and longer on the Xbox, of course, I am going to learn how to use this controller a little bit better. There's no doubt. Now, I still got 26 DU left. I'm wondering, do I want to do something else? Like, do I want to go ahead and add in electric auras as well? I mean, I don't really see why not, right? Let's see. Let's go ahead and get let's get the electric aura in. We'll just pop one of those just right on top of that ensnare, just to give a little bit more AoE coverage to the lane. And I'm going to have some leftovers still, even after this. There's no doubt about it. And let's see. We'll go one over here. That's going to leave me 11 DU left. So I'm going to have to wait. Actually, I don't even have enough to get through this wave. So I'm going to have to wait till the next wave to get that started. But let's let it fly here. Still, wave 2 should be pretty easy peasy here, no doubt. And that physical damage, man, it's just so much. Proton Beam's definitely super strong, and one of the early game metas, there's no doubt about it. And if you like the EV, I mean, I personally adore playing on the EV, so for me personally, it's a big win. It depends on whether or not you like playing the EV actively as well. Now remember, when you just first start the game, well, throughout the game, any hero that you're active on that places a defense is going to get a builder bonus of increased damage on that particular defense. So being active on my EV with using proton beams as the primary damage, I'm getting a builder bonus, and it's making these proton beams hit a little bit harder even. Although they are already beast mode without it, it's making them more beast mode. We got a couple more enemies to come out here. The Juicy Fruit Pet is leveling up like crazy. And let's see, we got 16 more, but I need what? I need that electric aura over here. So let's go ahead and drop that down. Let's see, we'll just slam it down right there. And then maybe a couple more beams. Just a couple more. Now, I could always go with some walls, too. But at this state in the game, I think the beams might be a little bit more beneficial. Let's go one here. Actually, you know what? Let's go with a 4DU beam here. That's going to leave me 7 more. So I can get a 4DU and a 3DU on these lanes, and then that will round out the mana. Now, it's very important when you're just starting to always use up all of that DU, because that's straight up experience. If you don't use it, you're losing out on that XP bonus for using all of the DU. So make sure you get it out there, because that is per wave. So the sooner you can get all of the DU filled... Oops, I went and did the bad thing here. And I haven't sold a defense yet. Let's see how intuitive that is. Pretty straightforward. So just like on PC, I put a little bit too much DU into that one though. Let's see. Let's go with a 4DU here as well. Something like that, and then that will leave me 3DU for this lane over here, and we will get that going here as well. And then that will round it all out. I'll get that builder bonus and should be able to smoke the lane here, no doubt. course, I'm anxious to get leveled up high enough to get those buff beams in action, and then that brings us into a whole new game altogether. There's just no doubt there. So, still shouldn't be too challenging here. Like I said, just kind of jumping through the hoops just to get through this initial playthrough through the campaign. Now, once we get through the very first time and we complete the campaign on hard mode, then, you know, the sky's the limit. You can really sandbox it and do whatever you want. You can switch to Rifted mode. Well, you can switch to Rifted mode right away. You can jump in, start doing some survivals, start doing some challenge maps. Really can do anything you want. Now, you can do that now as well. Like, this particular map on survival is one of the go-to survival maps because of the rock pet that you're going to get at wave 15. So, I mean, after I complete this run, that will unlock survival. I could just go and do a survival attempt, hoping to get to wave 15 right here on hard mode. Now, I probably won't. I'm not sure. If you'd like to see me just go for it and see what survival looks like on the Xbox One, then let me know down in the comments below, because I'm not against doing it. This playthrough, of course, is going to get wiped. The reason being is, you know, cross saves are coming, and of course I'm gonna want my main PC file over here on the Xbox. So any progress I'm making here throughout on the Xbox One here will get wiped once that cross save comes in. It's important to note that too for anyone that did start playing it early. Realize that either you're going to lose, or you're not going to lose it, it's still going to be there on PC, but you will either have the separate accounts or you will lose your early progress on the Xbox. So, hopefully not too long. They said it's just a matter of getting through another certification, and that they're actually close to completing. Alright, we got some upgrades in now. Do I want to hit the RS2? I mean, I don't see why not, right? At least get the electric arc going. Let's just let it fly here, and we should be able to burn through these last two waves pretty easily. So hopefully got some decent loot here. I'm excited to get it going and start playing through here on the Xbox, no doubt. And it's just been good times. Oh man, that was rough. Now, one of the complaints with the controller usage on PC through like the alpha and the current version of the game is the healing. Healing on PC was quite painful while using a controller, and it's definitely not anymore. It's just easy peasy, hit the Y button, and it's GG's. You're going to heal just like you would heal on PC. So, easy peasy getting the heals off, no doubt. And we're doing pretty good here. So far, so good. Now, it appears that targeting auras for repairs seem to have gotten a little easier too. It looks like there's a little room for forgiveness here on getting things targeted for repairs and upgrades now that wasn't in the game before. So that's definitely refreshing to see, particularly if you're the type of person that likes to stack up those traps and auras. You know, targeting them all for repairs has definitely been a concern in the past, no doubt. Hopefully I don't get walloped here while I'm trying to get these upgrades off. I hear you coming, kobolds. Don't do it. Don't wreck me, please. Making our way through, I'm kind of curious now. I mean, obviously it's not the speediest route, but if you did go through and did a survival right after your very first Ancient Modes hard mode run, it would make the rest of your campaign experience really, really smooth. You're going to get a few levels. You know, it's definitely, if you want to choose like a more casual playthrough just to get through the campaign, it's going to definitely give you a bit of a power boost, no doubt. So not just with gear, but the XP, of course, you earn is just really, really awesome. So you're going to get good gear and good XP. We're at wave 5 right now. Just letting these baddies roll on out. And we'll burn them up. I do like the new nameplates. I like being able to see the health and defenses when I look over there. I like the new indicators for the upgrade tiers on the defenses. I think that's pretty awesome. So definitely nice to see. Definitely nice to see. So we got 164 or 150 more beds now. We are getting there. Just about at that halfway mark here now. Getting all kinds of levels on the Juicy Fruit Pet. Now this that beam got wrecked, huh? Or was that? That's the middle beam that got wrecked. Better get that bad boy upped as well. Using these proton builds like this, it makes your decoy so powerful. Pop your decoy right in the middle, you know, of all these beams, and oh, it's just GG's. Oop, I lost it before I could get the upgrade off. That's alright, we are at the end now, so it doesn't even matter. Now, in this situation, I do lose that builder bonus, so I'll lose that XP bonus for losing the defense. That's no good, but, you know, I'm sure we will live here. It's burning through. That is the downside for using anything like this, whether it's traps or as nodes. It's definitely going to be very heavy on the repairs, so you're going to want to keep the repairs and the upgrades flowing. But that will get it for now, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. I do apologize for the lack of a live stream today. Like I said, we got some storming going on, and I'm actually going to have to do some heavy audio editing to get this rain background noise out of the way. But anyway, that will get it for now. If you haven't already, get in the Juicy Fruit Pet giveaway. It's going to end at midnight Pacific time, right before the launch of Dungeon Defenders Awakened. So you can start off your Xbox Dungeon Defenders Awakened experience with a Juicy Fruit Pet if you have a little luck. So thanks again, y'all, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.